Okay, so I finished A Storm of Swords and I wrote down some thoughts. I have quite a few of them. That was just one page of them. And so I'm going to talk about them because I'm trying to make longer videos and I need practice. So, first and foremost, we start out first chapter. Jamie is traveling with Brienne, which I think it's so funny to me that he calls her the wench the whole time, like the entire time they're traveling, until he gets his hand chopped off. Everything is bad. And she defends him, and their relationship is very tense at times, but at the same time, they do look out for each other, even if it's just her saying, I made Lady Catelyn a promise. I'm gonna bring her back. Her daughters, I don't care about you. I just want you to know that you're gonna get there safely. And at certain points, like the bear, he saves her, and I like that. I like seeing this. Oh, they weren't instantly in love. They have never slept together. I like seeing male and female friendships, even if it's just mutual respect for one another, come about, because to me, there's too much, oh, slow burn romance, or oh, they have to get together. Like, they are both knights, they're both swordsmen, they both understand honor and dignity, and I like that relationship between them. Catelyn continuously is trying to do right by her children. She finds out her sons are dead. Even though they're not, she firmly believes they're dead. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't want to go on. She's having a hard time. She doesn't know that Arya is alive. For all she knows, she was dead too. Then she finds out Sansa's married to Tyrion. She is depressed. She's lost everybody in her life. The one child she has left is off to war. You never know what will happen in war. And she likes Rob's wife. She tries to mentor her. She tries very hard to be connected with them, and I like that. Kat is also taking care of her father, who is actively dying most of this book, and her father keeps murmuring, Tansy, Tansy, Tansy. And it wasn't until the end of the book, going into Sansa's POV, where we see Tansy is an ingredient in moon tea, and that is what made Lysa get rid of the baby that she would have had with Peter, and her father made her drink that. And so I'm thinking that in his dying moments, he regrets that deeply, and he knows that Lysa has not been happy in her life. And we also see Sansa trying to be happy. Like, after Marjorie comes into the picture and Joffrey's like, oh my god, I'm gonna marry Marjorie and everything, Sansa's like, yay, I'm free. And that quickly dissipates because she realizes Cersei will not let her be free, that she's a powerful pawn and she can be used to ransom. Well, Sansa is talking with the Tyrells. She tells them all the tea. She's like, hey, Joffrey's evil. You cannot trust him. He will abuse you. And Olenna's like, how would you like to marry Sir Loras? And she's like, me? Yay. And that she thinks that's her ticket out, which I don't blame her. I would have wanted that ticket out. You see Stannis becoming increasingly kind of paranoid. He can't decide who he trusts, who he wants. He never trusts Sir Davos fully. Melisandre is basically his wife now. It's kind of creepy how much he relies on her. The whole leech thing, and him being like, I want Joffrey dead, I want Robb dead, and I want Lord of Theon's father, I can't remember his name right this second, dead and gone. I want them gone. And it happens, so he, of course, trusts Melisandre more. Then he goes up to the Night Watch because Sir Davos plans this out for him, which I really like. And Harrenhal has got to be cursed. Like, what is up with Harrenhal? Everything bad happens at Harrenhal. And you see it in House of the Dragon. You see it in Game of Thrones. Like, Harrenhal is not the place to be. Arya is also learning to become more adultish. She's still a young girl, but she's going through so much. She's learning, she's traveling, she gets Needleback, she has stabbed and killed people, she's ridden with the Hound because he captured her. Like, she's went through it. She has lost so many of her friends and allies along the way, and there's not really anything she can do about it. But in the end, even though the Hound was gravely injured and she rode off and left him, she decided not to kill him, which I think shows a lot of respect for the Hound. And even though he's not a good guy, like, he doesn't care that he killed people, he doesn't care that he killed Micah. He also has a not sense of righteousness, but he's not the evil character that everybody makes out. Is he a good guy? No. But is he necessarily a bad guy? I wouldn't say that either. Jaime, throughout this, after losing his hand, is like, I'm only worth my sword hand. I'm worthless. He goes and sees Cersei in the Sept. He sleeps with her, and then she doesn't call on him anymore. And when she does, he's nothing to her. Like, she says he's waited too long, and I always hate that, because what did you want him to do, Cersei? Did you want him to what? He was in chains. He was sick. He was dying. Like, there was no way for him to get back faster. And I'm hoping Jaime realizes that he's worth so much more, because all of the sadness that he's went through in this book, his father cast him off. He doesn't have Cersei really in his life. His son is dead. His daughter's off in Dorne. Tommen's coming up onto the throne. Like, it's a lot for Jaime to handle. And then you see this Red Wedding, which in itself is a whole video. I have a couple of videos on TikTok and YouTube about them, but the Red Wedding is interesting to me because in the show it doesn't talk about this, and it doesn't show this like the book. In the book, Robb's wife was not at the Red Wedding. So does that mean that there's an heir? She also wasn't pregnant in the book, or at least not explicitly stated. So I'm wondering how that will come to be, because I would like to see there be another person for the North in a Stark, and I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. Also, as far as Stark's winter, snow, all of that, the wall, Samwell falling in love with Gilly, everybody's irritated at him. He's like, quit talking about Gilly, you know. And he rescues her. He saves her. He saves the baby. I think that's so sweet. It's kind. It's thoughtful. And he does want what's best for her. And he even tries to cook up a lie and send her back to his home as, oh, I had this bastard child. And he doesn't know if he can pull it off. And I think it's sweet how much he cares for a woman that he can never be with if he doesn't break his vows. And if he breaks his vows, then he's lobbed off. Tyrion, I'm all over the place in this video. Please forgive me. Tyrion tries to love Sansa. I mean, he loves Shae. Like, he, no doubt about it, loves Shae. But he also does love Sansa in a way, not even in a romantic way, I wouldn't say. He cares that she's safe, he cares that she eats, like, he's trying his best to be a comfort because he knows what it's like to be an outcast, and I love that. I think that's wonderful that he is trying so hard for Sansa. Davos does some of the most amazing work. He's learning to read. He's trying to find warriors. He's trying to train. He's doing all the things. He also is trying to walk this fine line between staying with Stannis and not making Melisandre mad. Like, he's walking a tightrope. Bran in this book, he figures a lot out. He realizes he needs to go north. He realizes that he can warg. He is accepting the three-eyed raven thing. He's doing a lot. And it's really sad to see how much goes into protecting him. Like, he is doing his best to make sure that the rest of the kingdom is okay. And I like the fact that he's so close with his wolf. Like, everybody's mad that he spends so much time in his wolf, but I love watching and reading this from him being in the wolf. I think it's very interesting, and I think it's different. We also see Tyrion's trial, which I think was interesting because Tyrion picks a champion. He picks Oberyn Tyrell, and at first it's going great. he's winning, he's got the mountain tired, and then he gets cocky and arrogant and keeps asking him to say it, say it, say it, say it, and then he's gonna kill him. He should have just left off. He should have just said, "You're dead, man. You killed my sister, you're a dead man. You killed my niece and nephew, gone." But he didn't. And so Tyrion's waiting, thinking he's going to be executed and beheaded. And the dad is like, "No, I'm going to send him to the wall." Well, Cersei was never going to let that happen. One way or another, Tyrion was a dead man. So Jaime sneaks in and he lets him go. And this interaction to me was kind of sad because Jaime's like, "Did you do it?" And he's like, "Yes, I did. I killed your son. Of course. Don't you know how evil I am?" And then it comes to light that the first marriage for Tyrion when he was a young man was real. It was all true, and Jaime never set it up. And Tyrion lost somebody that he deeply cared for because of no reason. Like the dad just didn't like her and didn't think she was good enough. And to me that was sad. And I think that was a powerful moment, and Tyrion being like, we're going to fight this out one of these days. So I'll be interested to see if that actually happens. Littlefinger is, if you got rid of Littlefinger and Varys in this whole series, half the crap would not have happened because Peter kills Lysa's husband, Jon Arryn, which brings Ned, and everything happens because of that. So really, if you got rid of Littlefinger, there would be no conflict. He's betraying Sansa. He tries to kiss Sansa. Sansa's like, "What the hell are you doing? You were in love with my mother." And it was sad. Like, Sansa has no idea how to play the game. She's trying her best, but she is constantly being betrayed at every turn. And he brings her to the Eyrie, and Littlefinger marries Lysa, and Lysa is intimidated by Sansa. She knows that that's Cat's daughter. And then in the end, you see Lysa become a crazy person and try to throw Sansa out the moon door because Peter kissed Sansa, and Lysa's like, "No, Sansa kissed Peter. I can't believe this." And then, of course, a little interaction between Robert and Sansa, which honestly, that kid, seriously, somebody put him to bed. It's ridiculous. Why is that kid so sick? I I like that interaction, and I can't believe that Peter would throw her out the moon door. But that just seems like something he would do. I mean, honestly, I can't believe it. Then you see Jon becoming Lord Commander, which was a true shock, especially with Stannis offering Winterfell to him and him really wanting to take it. And also, I have not mentioned Daenerys in this, and that's because Daenerys kind of played a smaller role in this book. She didn't really do all that much to help her claim. She more or less, she got the Unsullied, which is great. She has got raided this other town. She's got all their slaves. She is staying there to become a queen because she feels like she has been more Dothraki than a queen as of late. And I don't hate that. But overall, she just didn't play this huge factor yet. The biggest part of her story was her sending Ser Jorah away and realizing that he had betrayed her, which was heartbreaking because he loves her so much, but he also betrayed her. And so she's having all these mixed feelings about that. She's also incredibly lonely. She takes her handmaid into her bed, and all she pictures is Drogo's hair. She's having a hard time coping with everything going on. She's still a young teenager, and she is trying her best to learn how to be a queen. And I feel like her story will probably be more important in the next book since they kind of laid off on her. But overall, wonderful book, very fast paced. I would have read more, but toddler work, everything is kind of hard to manage. But great book. I loved reading Storm of Swords, and I'm excited for Feast of Crows.